Hello everybody, this is Dalaine from COLORpockit, and I wanted to make a quick video to show you how to create a wood grain look on your coloring. I did a couple of cards in the last few months that I thought the wood looked nice on, and I thought it was something you guys might want to hear about. So this card is from the Dragon Dreams deck by artist J.L. Barnes. Here it is how I colored it, and here it is uncolored. And this card is from the Spiritual Journey deck by artist Mary Lou Lovett, and here's the uncolored version. So, as you can see, there were just some stripes here, and I decided to make this a wood floor. And so in order to do this wood technique on both cards, actually, I only used two pencils. I used the light brown, dark brown, and then the kind of creamy colored one here. So to get this effect. So let's dig right in. How we do it, and I'm going to use a different brown pencil just because for this first part, when you're making the wood grain, you kind of want a sharper pencil, and for blending, a duller pencil works better. So to start out with, I took a plank here, and I'm using the dark brown end of the brown pencil, and I am just gonna press pretty hard, because basically what I'm doing is accentuating the area in between the floorboards. And the nice thing about this technique is you don't have to be too careful or too exact, right? Because it's wood, it's a natural product. There's going to be some variations. So I'm going to go along there. Then what I do is, wood has knots in it. So I'll pick, areas that I want to have like kind of some knots. So I'll make a dot and then sort of really lightly color around that. Let's make another one down here. All right, and then I kind of just blend a little bit around that. Now what I'm going to do is fill in the board with the wood grain. So I'm still using the same dark brown, and I'm just going to make some lines around my knot. Do the same thing down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go the same direction, and I'm just very randomly here putting some lines in, and I'm pressing pretty hard, so that they'll sort of stand out. So, okay, we've got that part done. Now I'm going to turn the pencil over, and I'm going to get my other one because I want this more blended. This is your lighter brown, and I'm just going to put a whole layer over the entire thing, just very, very lightly. Okay, we're not trying to fill in yet. We're just giving ourselves a little bit of background. And there we are. Okay. Great, so now I've got my base, kind of. All right, and then I am going to use the creamy color, like I said, and I'm just going to, and I'm pressing fairly hard here. I'm just every once in a while making an area with this color. Okay, because, wood isn't just a solid color, it has some variation. And that's what I'm adding in, is a little variation there. All right, and then I'm gonna go back over it with the lighter brown, but this time I am going to push a little harder. And basically I'm just sort of blending everything all together. And there might be areas where it's darker, where it's lighter, but I want those grain lines that I made earlier to kind of come through. And if you want it even more grainy looking, you can also take this lighter brown pencil and do some lines as well underneath. Okay, so there we are. All right, and then I'm going to switch back to the darker brown at the very end, and then where my floorboards sort of meet up, those areas might be a little darker. I'm just giving this some dimension, kind of. Especially in the corners. I feel like this area needs a little bit more. Okay, there you have it. So then I'm going to repeat this and make sure your knots are always in different places and kind of go along there. I did the same, basically the same technique on this card, but you'll see there's this circle right here, which to me sort of looked like a shadow. And so I added a shadowy area on my colored card, and I did the same thing under there. I just added a little gray and black to make it darker. And then you can see I made these like little windows on the face of the pocket watch, and I made the wood grain very, very light going through there so you could see it coming through. And you basically have to decide which direction you want your grain to go. You can see on this, my grain is kind of going this direction. And so instead of having, the planks where there's definite divisions in between, this is all just blended in across here. And so you can just kind of make a little bit of areas of light and dark, and you can see my little lines and knots and stuff in there. So anyway, this is a technique you can use anytime there's kind of an open area and you're not sure what to do with it. You can make it look like wood. I decided this was a wooden table and wooden floor here. So I hope you found this helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. And thanks so much for watching.